The Road Warrior.
Well, sorry we didn't do it before. I'm sick. Again.
Rena's feeling sick, so we didn't get to record it before. But we did just watch Mad Max 2.
Helicopters in space.
The Road Warrior.
There were 2 alternative titles for this, and I'm almost thinking I should have gone with one of those instead. But the other 2 titles were Where Did You Get Your Hair Dye? And the other one was Too Many Butts.
Too many butts. There are a lot of butts in this movie.
Too many butts.
Too many butts. So, Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior, or just The Road Warrior. And that sure gets confusing, because I understand that it was released in theaters as The Road Warrior, but the movie itself has a title card, Mad Max 2, and the disc just says The Road Warrior. But
I don't know, I haven't looked at the discs.
But the Blu-ray menu says Mad Max 2. Anyway, titles aside. This is a movie that it gets really hyped up. People said that this was the really good one of the original 3.
I don't agree.
Yeah, I don't.
So far.
I don't think I agree. I liked it a lot. That's not, like, I'm not going to say I didn't even come close to disliking it. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I was just kind of whelmed. I wasn't overwhelmed and I wasn't underwhelmed. I was just kind of whelmed.
It was good, though.
It was okay.
Yeah, I think it was good. It was... The problem I had with it...
The story wasn't there.
Yeah, story was just kind of
There was no overarching message like in Mad Max 1 and Fury Road.
I really feel like this one... Yeah, the problem, if you really want to call it a problem, is, it really wanted action.
George Miller, we need a second one. Do all the road stuff.
This was very much an action movie, and it was not really a story movie.
This is not one that makes you think at all.
It wasn't as character-driven as...
Actually, the questions are literally, where did you get that hair dye?
It wasn't as character-driven as Mad Max 1. No. And I think that's what I really liked about that one, was just how character-driven that one was. I still think they did a really nice job building the world. There's some great vehicles in this movie. And the action sequences, there were a lot of times where I was like, that's awesome.
It was definitely a guffawing movie.
Yeah, it's for the most part a feel-good movie. Some of the violence incredibly intense. Back when an R rating.
Oh, hope you wanted to keep those fingers, kind of movie.
I do think it is a textbook example of how to make a sequel, though. Like a good sequel, You know what I mean? Because it acknowledges the last movie and the good parts of the last movie, and it builds upon the good parts of the last movie. Continuity is consistent. It shows us more of the world. Like Mad Max 1, we're still somewhere within civilization. Things haven't gone completely to pot yet. In this one, Max is in the wastelands, and boy, oh boy, is it effed up out there.
He also pulled a kid from Godzilla to Quicksilver in between the 2 movies at some point. Okay, you're going to put, like, images up, right?
I can side do the best I can, yeah. I don't really know how to do that with this program yet, but if you're seeing it right now, you'll know that I figured it out. But I think they did that on purpose, because you can see in the first movie, Max was like a regular guy, and at this point, he has been effed up. He has been effed up for a long time. Like, he was effed up when we left him at the end of the first one, but now he is...
He decks a guy for mentioning, you can start a family.
Or for even mentioning losing a family. That sends him over the edge.
we're starting to see the protecting children thing.
Mm-hmm.
Protect the innocent, even though that child is far from innocent.
Cut a dude's fingers off. I'm gonna say something, I don't know if you'll agree with this one. What I really did like about this was there was kind of a twist ending. And I kind of dug what they did for the twist ending. I thought it was a really... I honestly didn't see it coming.
Which is welcome.
Yeah, it was a really... you get a really good aha moment at the end of this movie.
And I'm generally really good at predicting stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, it was a really good aha moment.
And again, we get some parallels to Fury Road.
Mm-hmm.
The distance they have to travel and finding paradise on the other side.
Huge, enormous car chase
involving a tanker.
Yeah, involving a tanker rig and a bunch of
hyper-modified cars and motorcycles.
This was if we were to use like a family analogy, like you can tell Mad Max 1 and Mad Max Fury Road are in the same family. Like they look like they're related, but if they were like family members, you'd think, okay, maybe they're cousins or something because they look similar enough. Whereas this movie and Fury Road, they're definitely brothers.
Step brothers or half brothers.
There's no way that they're not. You're looking at them and you're like, yeah, you guys are definitely related. No mistake.
They're definitely related, but one is significantly more intelligent than the other, with an actually overarching plot that makes sense and I can actually follow.
There was a plot in this movie. It was just really thin.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was... Fury Road kind of had a thin plot too, but I think there was more...
But it had characters to actually back it up.
Yeah, there was more use of symbolism. I think there were some interesting characters in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the gyro captain. I liked the gyro. I thought that was a kind of goofy, cartoonish machine.
I like the Australian sheepdog.
Oh, Max does not have much luck with animals. Poor guy. He doesn't have much luck with people. Dude is just... He is having the worst road trip. He really... So yeah, I think we would agree on this that, yeah, I guess... I'm sorry everyone who thinks this is really the
best of
best
the
one?
original ones.
Because I don't agree. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, though. It's a really good movie. And the action sequences in it are kind of astounding, frankly.
But I wasn't as captivated by it.
Yeah.
I said this actually after we recorded our after, how it was... Watching the first Mad Max was a lot like me watching Fritz Lang's Metropolis for the first time. Where I was literally sitting there. I said nothing for the entire movie, and when someone else started talking, I would just go... I didn't want to get up, and I didn't want to do anything but watch it. But with this movie, I was like... I felt like it was a movie I could get up from.
That makes sense.
And
I still think it was good.
To me, it's the Dark Knight of the trilogy.
Ouch. Oh, God. People might know how I feel about Rises. I really hope that Thunderdome isn't Rises.
To clarify... What I mean by that is it's the one that everyone hypes up. Everyone's like, oh my goodness, this one bad guy's so cool! And the action in it is great! And I'm just sitting here going, it's okay.
That's fair, yeah.
Because in the first one, I had...
Yeah, to further clarify, this is very similar because Rena loves Batman Begins. And
I love it because there's actually chemistry between the villains and Bruce. Same with see the trichotomy? Because there are two villains.
Let's just go with dichotomy.
Dichotomy.
Since
The
that's a real
dichotomy
word.
between the villains and the main character in the original Mad Max is very similar to the Batman Begins dichotomy between Ra's al Ghul and Scarecrow and Bruce. Whereas Bubba and Toe Cutter are those characters. Also, I have never met a more terrifying person than Bubba. And comparing those two to the two from Road Warrior, Humongous and Wes, I just got handed a...
They're both very visually memorable villains.
But action-wise, all you get is some guy who can't laugh and a buff guy wearing a BDSM outfit.
I was about to say, 80s Bane was really weird. Holy crap.
Also, he managed to raid a hockey supply store.
Everyone raided a hockey supply store. Everyone is just covered in sports equipment. Which I'm not saying that's a bad, like, really, but I want to give George Miller credit for that, because I like the idea that roving gangs would just wear whatever the hell they could find.
And Smart Cuts, apparently. They just take a trip every, 3 weeks, go to Smart Cuts, get the mohawk.
It is true, their hairstyles were really, my biggest problem with Wes, my honest biggest problem with him, he reminded me of Rufio from the movie Hook. He reminded me of the character who, you're not missing anything if you haven't seen that movie, but everyone in the audience, tell me he does not look like what a teenage Dante Bosco might have grown up to become. I dare you. I double dog dare you. I would rate this as very worth your time, but only if you're up for a kind of mindless explosion movie.
It was definitely the last of the Mohawkians.
God damn it. Yeah,
I made a reference to a movie I've never seen.
It's good. It's not. It's
good. It's not great.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
It's a popcorn movie. It's something that you can put on as background noise, and it's probably better with a more actively engaged group of friends.
I'm willing to bet that too. Yeah.
I bet it also makes a pretty nice drinking game.
You could probably get some really good stuff out of this movie. Still, like I said, I really enjoyed it. Not as much as I was hoping to, but I'm really glad I own it. Next up is the infamous Thunderdome.
That just brings me back to summer camp.
What?
Threatening to turn the camp into Thunderdome.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm finally gonna get that reference. And you are too.
So, next up we will be looking at Mad Max Thunderdome, completing the quadrilogy, the anthology, I guess, is as the box rightfully calls it.
And then afterwards, we're actually going to rewatch Fury Road and give you a full series retrospective.
So, I hope you enjoyed our take on The Road Warrior. Do check it out. Worth your time. Once again, if you get the chance, pick up the Blu-ray. It's worth it.
Blu-ray is beautiful. It was beautiful on this, too. You could see every individual strand of hair.
It's super... Just like the first movie, the Blu-ray is worth your time. Do pick it up. Maybe just pick up and do what we did. Pick up the anthology. You get everything in it. And now I can honestly say, no matter what, no matter how Thunderdome turns out, I can honestly tell you...
You got your money's worth.
You're still getting your money's worth because you're getting 3 great movies. That's a pretty good deal, you guys.
2 great movies, 1 good movie, and 1 that's potentially a bonus disc.
One that might be... Who knows? Tina Turner's in this next one.
That means nothing!
Alright, so, as always, I'm Nick Izumi.
I'm Rena and Nick.
Keep on spocking in the free world.